I'm not going to lie. Coming into here, I was like, am I going to talk a bunch of junk? Or am I going to be honest and tell you what I feel about this game? So to please everybody, including myself, I'm going to do a little bit of both. The Cowboys have won the Super Bowl, and I am so proud of you. But the Eagles have some things they need to clean up, and we're going to talk about what those are. So let's get into it. What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Joe Castro, aka Philly Fresco, and it is Philly the podcast. Shout out to the Cowboys. Shout out to James. You know what I'm saying? You guys won yesterday. It is what it is. It was a tough game. I'm not gonna sit here and act like it doesn't hurt. It feels like, you know, one of those little razor scooters just hit your shin. That's really what it feels like right now. The Eagles, for all intents and purposes, didn't need this game, right? In all reality, the longevity of this team is not decided by today or by yesterday. But that doesn't mean it didn't suck. It doesn't mean that it didn't hurt. It wasn't a tough loss to see, especially when you're that close the whole game. So we're going to talk about what went wrong. We're going to talk a little bit about this game. Before we do, be sure hit that like, hit that subscribe. We're now on the road to 5K. So I would love for you guys to join that ride, man. You know, that half decade mark, that's when you know you're a day one. So you can still become a day one. Just get under that 5K. So hit that like, hit that subscribe, join the family. Would really appreciate it. So let's get into it, man. Look, the Dallas Cowboys went out there, and I said this on my Twitter, I'll say it again, and there's some Dallas Cowboys fans still puffing their chest in the morning talking about what I said was crazy. But the Dallas Cowboys gave us everything they had. Dak Prescott put on his best game, arguably, of the season, right? Outside of that interception, putting up 347 yards, not as much as a Gardner Minshew, but he put up a good game. He had one of his best games. That offense had one of their best games against one of the best defenses in the league. That's something you can't take away from them. I can't, you know, and realistically coming into this game, I was talking to a lot of people, and a lot of people were telling me that offense was something we were going to have to watch for. They've been top 3 in most categories since Dak Prescott has come back. So it was something that we were going to have to watch for. Now, the Eagles offense did not do our defense any favors. I am not happy by any stretch of the imagination with how our defense played, but our offense did not help. 4 turnovers, you're not going to beat many teams with 4 turnovers, let alone a Dallas Cowboys. So look, Gardner Minshew needs to be better. Gardner Minshew needs to make better decisions when it comes to throwing that football. There needs to be a little bit more velocity, a little bit more zip on some of his throws. But it really just comes down to decision making. Obviously, Gardner didn't have any games going into this week. He did have the whole week of practice, and they were saying that he had a good week of practice, which showed he had a good game, right? The mistakes is just what killed us. There was a lot of big plays that were made. And I'm going to look at the numbers. I'm going to have some people actually, you know, crunch the numbers for me. But it felt like we maybe went under center twice. Like, it really did not feel like the Eagles had any intention of going under center, any intention of really taking on that defensive line, which I understand to a certain extent. But being in the shotgun, that's where their lanes are. That's literally where Micah Parsons' lanes are. Now, they didn't go out there and they didn't get any sacks. There was literally 0 sacks, I believe, for the game. But I just don't get it. I just don't get what's the point. What's the point of throwing the ball that much with a Gardner Minshew? I said prior to this game that I did not think that the Bears game was going to be a habit, and I hope that it's not going to become. This just didn't make sense. I don't understand what the thought process was. Why weren't we trying to run the ball down their throats? Why weren't we trying to take long drives, take the time out of the offense's hand? That's what we needed to do, and instead, we were trying to play match. We were trying to play shot for shot. And honestly, I think that favors the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys have an offense that they can score on almost any drive. What you need to do is make them one-dimensional. What you need to do is make it so that they feel like Dak has to get 14 points on one play. We just didn't do that. At the end of the day, I mean, look, it sucks. It's a tough loss. It's definitely not a team you want to lose to, but is the season over? Not even close to it. You know, you look at who we lost in that game. Avonte Maddox, Jordan Davis went down. Those are 2 big losses, right? We're still waiting on Chauncey Gardner-Johnson to come back. We're going to need these guys. We're going to need these guys come playoff time. I have full faith that the Philadelphia Eagles will be able to beat the Saints. So I think that next week our season's over anyways. And something something to, if you guys are one of those historical buffs that like to hear history and maybe put it towards what's happening today. Last time the Eagles won a Super Bowl, the Cowboys beat our backup by 6 points. So maybe it's just history repeating itself. It sucks. And we can't use the excuse that we had a backup because we had mostly everybody else in, especially on the offensive side. So defensively, you guys got to figure something out. What you guys did yesterday wasn't working, and mad props to Dak. Mad props to Dak for being able to get that 3rd and 30, for being able to, convert on some big plays. But our defense, I don't know. It's so weird because it's like our defense played bad. They did. But at the same time, I felt like we had a lot of chances to win it. So I would have to say that our offense gave this game away. And I know that's something that we're going to have to talk about throughout this week. It just feels like the mistakes were too much. If we didn't have that 3rd and 30, obviously the game probably would have been over. But you could say that about maybe all the interceptions that we had. We were up by 10 points. We give up the ball. They're right back in the game. So it's like, it's tough. It's tough. There's not much there's not much analytics to really go through. We went out there, we didn't play a good game, and we lost, and that's what's going to happen if you go out there and give up the ball 4 times. This makes you even more grateful for a guy like Jalen Hurts, a guy that can, manage the game. Everybody likes to call him a game manager. But no, a guy that can manage his turnovers realistically. Jalen Hurts threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter, and we thought the world was falling down. That's not his game, right? He's only got 5 interceptions. We've had 4 turnovers in that one game yesterday. So there's a lot of things I don't think you'll see continue happening. But I do think that Gardner Minshew is going to start again this weekend. And if he does, I have full faith that he'll beat the Saints. Look, I'll probably go live later, but I wanted to get this out. I wanted to just calmly talk about this game. You guys let me know what you're thinking. How do you feel about this game? Who do you blame? I mean, realistically, who is this on? I put it on the players more than the coaching staff, but you can definitely put it on the coaching staff as well. There was some weird things happening as far as schemes, especially offensively, but defensively as well. So who is this on? Merry Christmas? I don't know. I really don't know. I love you guys. This was not the way you want to spend your Christmas. And I'm sure there's a lot of Cowboys fans watching this. Oh, Dak owns you. Dak owns you. Dak owns 2nd place in the NFC East right now, and he's probably going to own another first-round exit. Congratulations to the Cowboys. I said I was going to be nice and I was going to talk junk. I gave him a lot of flowers at the beginning of this video. Now I'm going to be honest. At the end of the day, this doesn't make me feel like the Dallas Cowboys are a good team. You guys went toe-to-toe, blow for blow with a Gardner Minshew who hasn't played last year. I'm not afraid. Our defense, definitely. Our defense, you guys tore our defense up. We'll see what happens, though. I don't think that defense is what you're going to see in the playoffs, if you guys even make it to the playoffs. But, look, the Cowboys, they're going to make the playoffs, but if you make it to the second round, because that's where it will be, right? You guys are going to get eliminated in a round we probably won't play. Look, I don't care. It is what it is. We lost. It sucks. And now you move on, and now you try to finish this year off strong. Eagles are 13-2. It says it right there. You know what I'm saying? I go that way. 13-2. I'm not afraid to put it up there. It is what it is. That's still a beautiful record. Right? Dak Prescott. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm done. I'm not gonna be a hater. You guys won. Enjoy it. We gonna maybe go live later on. Maybe talk about the Saints or something. But Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, everybody. I hope you guys enjoy your time. And I hope that the Eagles game didn't ruin it too much. And congrats to all the Cowboys fans that I know watch the channel. Other than that, man, y'all know what it is, and y'all know what it's always going to be. I really don't care. It's fly, Eagles, fly. And we are out here. Peace!
Yeah. Fly, Eagles, flying on the team. Touchdown. Time to get Jalen this ring. You don't really want to start a thing. This a bird gang nation, baby. It's a Philly thing. Hater, and you looking like you type trash. I'm just here calling with Philly the podcast. And we can call a man dog or watch Miles score off the handoff. Rest of the division, your man saw Jackson like Sean, hunting like Randolph. Season hit, early time to do him in. Your boy Philly Fresco. Thanks for tuning in.